Hello, welcome back to the Voice of Metal. Hopefully, you guys are doing very well. Right now, I'm going to be talking about metal musicians that hated some of the songs that they actually used to play. One of them, now, this is an article from Loudwire, I think is what it was. No, Metal Hammer, sorry, my bad. Um, Basically, I'm going to start off with Jonathan Davis of Korn from All in the Family, from the lead Follow the Leader. Now, me personally, they hated the song because they thought they were drunk and this, that, and the other, and they thought it was like the worst song ever that they've done. And actually, I used to enjoy it quite a bit. It was just different because of the language and the smack talk they went back and forth with the song. So I don't know. Maybe somebody else hates it as much as he does. I don't know. We'll see. Um, it's rather interesting because it was they were trying to rap. Is the way he said. He said, "I don't know what we were thinking. We shouldn't have recorded the album at all." And that was in 1998, which is like a while ago. That's like when I was a lot younger. But anyway, it's one of those songs that me personally I didn't mind quite so much. But I guess maybe from the artist's point of view, it's like one of those like, why the hell did we record this? Yeah, it's one of those deals. But anyway, I want to just say thank you for everybody out there that has so far subscribed to the channel. I do appreciate that. And I do appreciate you guys making the comments and this, that, and the other. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to do my best to reply back to everybody on those and stuff. So please, 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 whatever you do, make sure that if you see this, that you would like and subscribe the channel, because without you, this channel will not be, I guess, what it will become, because I have to have some people on here to show them that, hey, people are interested in this channel for that reason. And I definitely want to make sure that if I have like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 subscribers, whatever it may be, that is the magic number that gets some people from bands to interview online to talk about themselves. That's what this is about. It's all about metal. It's all about the people behind the metal. And maybe even some of the people that you don't usually see all the time, that maybe I can find out who they are. Like some of the people that set up the sets, maybe even some of the sound production people. I know there is a lady that I have heard about called The Sound of Lisa. At least that's what she goes by on Instagram. I don't recall her real name, unfortunately, but I know it's Lisa for sure. And she does a lot of sound type stuff. Also, I did find and I discovered, and I don't know how I ran upon this, it probably just popped up in my stream, is a gentleman that's what he does is he does vocal training for metal artists, and he shows them how to, what his experience is to help them become more of who they are without straining their voice when it comes to their singing, because it's very stressful on your voice. I even know Lena Scissorhands has made comments where she has actually had the problem where she's actually literally been bleeding out of her throat after singing because it's so raw. I'm assuming from that deep tone that she does. But anyway, let's get back to the list. I just wanted to say that because I want you guys to know that you guys are the ones that are going to definitely help me out. Oh, by the way, March 1st is my birthday, so I would love to have hopefully a certain amount of people here by then subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to do the little short videos. The shorts seem to get people kind of knowing about it, and I get more, how would you say, people aware of the channel. Those who subscribe and like, definitely please do that, because that helps the channel. So that way we can bring those artists to the stream and get to know them better on a personal level. And if I do it live, then guess what? you guys could ask questions and maybe they'll give you the answer that you've been wanting to know about them. I think that'd be kind of cool. And it's like I said before, and I'll say it again, there are people just like us. So, with that said, and this is rather interesting, Lemmy from Motorhead was saying he's sick and to death of Ace of Spades now. This is I'm assuming this is an old article that I have, but it's rather interesting. We didn't have it fossilized. I just know he basically says that he knows the fans want to hear it, so he plays it every night for himself. But he's had enough of the song. It's rather interesting. Oh, they took this from via White Line Fever, I guess is what it was. The him saying this. Now this is rather interesting. Kerry King, ex Slayer. There's a handful of songs in our history that I'm like. Blank, I hate that song. I ain't gonna say it because I can't say it on the stream, unfortunately. I effing despise Desire and hate Cleanse of the Souls. Huh, interesting. That's via. Oh, this is from Rolling Stone. So basically, they're doing kind of like what I'm doing, is they're quoting stuff from different sources and putting it in their own article. So I was kind of wondering about that because how did they get some of this information? It's rather interesting. Kurt Cobain or Nirvana. Interesting. I can barely get through. Smells like Teen Spirit. Wow. I literally want to throw my guitar down and walk away. I can't pretend to have a good time playing it. Via Rolling Stone. So basically, Kurt himself hates the song Teen Spirit, which is kind of interesting, or at least when he was alive, of course. This is several years later, and they got that from Rolling Stones. Oh, here's one. Oh, wow. Interesting. James Hetfield and Metallica, before playing Ride the Lightning track Escape in 2012 for the very first time. A song that we never wanted to play live, never is now on the set list. You can sing along if you want. It might help. No, don't do it. Don't do it, Lars. There are any other songs left that we haven't played. Okay, that. I guess it's basically some of the stuff. Escape. I guess Escape is the song. I don't know. Basically. Oh, okay. 2012 they actually played it. But they didn't play it before. It's one that I guess they don't like playing. Some of the other songs. This is from Rob from Machine Head. There are songs on every record of mine that I don't like. Even The Blackening. Whoa, I love that song. No offense to him, but Slanderous sucks. Machine Heads. Rob. That's interesting. This is via Metal Hammer, so this is one of their past comments they had on some of their stuff. Interesting. Sean Clown from Slipknot says, all hope is gone. His least favorite. So he doesn't hate it, but it's his least favorite. As far as an album goes. It has no tendency, no pain, no efficiency. Oh, just efficiency. Being able to go home, able to sleep is not good. Not good for what we do. Okay, that's interesting. I guess he had nightmares about it, maybe? Who the hell knows, right? Oh, Amy Lee from Eversense, I think is how you say it. Yeah. I'm probably butchering the name. I'm sorry. I apologize. Sometimes some things is like, okay, how do you pronounce that to make sure I got it right? There have been times where I just hate my Immortal. You listen to your old stuff like, I was 19 years old. I didn't even know what I was talking about. I was so dramatic. It's like reading your diary, but I'm over it. That's interesting. This is from via Newsweek, is what it was. Oh, here's one from Gojira, which was one of the newer bands for me that I had not heard until the last year or two, maybe. They've been around for a while, apparently. On Flying Whales. Now, this is interesting. It starts with a super duper long intro that honestly, if I was going to listen to the song, I'd skip. I can understand that. It's such a drag. It leads into a main riff which dictates the tempo of the song. To this day, we don't understand what's so special about that riff. Then the lyrics are like this crazy mystical bum that lives in the cave and says, "Oh, I want to reach the whales." When we play it every night, I'm wondering what's up with this song. Why do people want to hear this song? Metal Hammer. I might have to look and see which one it is. I want to reach the whales. I think that's the one that actually even I like, and I don't know why they don't like that song because, I mean, it's kind of cool with the riffs. I can understand having songs that have a long riff that kind of drag out quite a bit because there's even some songs I go, why did they make this so long? I mean, granted, it sounds really cool, but you got to have your vocals in there and stuff. But other times it's like I said, iconic when it comes to the sound. Um, Me personally, sometimes with certain riffs, I really enjoy it where you go do 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 do, and it's just boom boom. I forgot how it goes, but certain parts of certain songs wouldn't be the same without it. So it's one of those like, do we take it out? Do we add it back in? Do we make it shorter? There's always the radio versions of songs sometimes. It's kind of like Bohemian Rhapsody. Uh, yeah, granted it's not metal, but it's still rock. Um, but the one thing about it is it's so long and so complex that it's like some people go, okay, do we want to listen to the whole song? Do we want to listen to the I think they have a radio version of the song, but I'm not certain. I think even some of the Beatles songs are like that too. They're a little longer, um, and you gotta wonder. Okay, would the song be the song without it, or would it? And if we never heard it before, would we even miss it? It's hard to say. It's one of those like, I don't know. Um, I'm trying to think what other songs are like that. I think there's some of the old Metallica songs that they've kind of shortened up for the radio. But if you hear it on the album, it's a lot longer. And actually, I think it's one of those things. Do we really want to listen to a super long song? There is one song I had heard from somebody, and I can't remember now what the heck it was. But I was thinking, is this the same song? I thought it was a different song because it was so long. I go, wait a minute, this is the same damn song. It's like it was like 8 minutes long. I mean, usually we're so used to hearing 4 to 5 minute songs, and then we have the repeat of the actual part of the song, with the chorus and stuff. And I got thinking, do we listen to it like most songs are, or do you want something a little more like kind of like old school Metallica was more, they had actual words for every part of the song, and they didn't really do that many uh, chorus lines, or they probably did, but you didn't notice it as much. It sounded like it was a part of the narrative, like you're telling a story, and that's what a lot of the songs are that I think are the most important. Good sound, tells a story, has some meaning and heart behind it. For me personally, um, and not every song hits a chord with me all the time. I mean, I've grown to appreciate other songs that I didn't quite appreciate before, at least from trying to see everybody else's musical taste, because some people might like one song not versus another. So anyway, I'll get on with the list here. Trivium, um, Palio, I think is how you say his name. On the Rising, he says, "What pisses me off about the song is that it kicked off another song 2006, the Cascade album. That I liked way more, which was Broken One. We were at a weird point, and when we had a strong anthem written for Crusade, okay, everyone was really excited about the song. I think there was a suggestion of, hey, let's have another song like it. There's really wasn't a cohesive side of what the record was going to be. Interesting. Now this will be interesting to see what Megadeth has to say. Dave Mustaine. Probably the dumbest song Megadeth has ever done was Crush 'Em. I don't know if I remember that song or not. We had a huge success with our prior album in 1997, Cryptic Writings, which I really loved. I loved Cryptic Writings. I loved trying to think, Countdown to Extinction, Euphoria, and I forgot I thought there was another one. Peace Tells and Who's Dying is a really good album too, but it was an older one, so I did. That was before I kind of got into Megadeth, so it was like that. It's like I was kind of like later on when I started listening to them, because I didn't hear they weren't on the radio then. Like I said before, it's mostly radio stuff that I heard. Big singles of all time. Okay. Interesting. So I guess that is all for that. Anyway, speaking of all this stuff, and one of the bands that were in there was about Metallica. We all know that they're coming out on tour, and this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about, because I know on my last stream that I had, that was live, of course, one of the things that I discussed was about Pantera and the lead singer doing what he did. I'm not going to mention his name because some people might get upset, but the thing about it is do we or do we not want to see them in any of the concerts that are coming up, like the Metallica concerts and any other concerts that are coming to? I don't want to see. That's the thing, is you don't want to make the band the bad guys, because they were not the ones that did it. But you think the people in the band would say, you know what, we're not going to deal with this. We're going to walk off stage right now. That's what I would say. Because, especially when certain individuals on the reunion tour, or the people that were playing for other musicians that are no longer with us, which God rest their souls, or whatever religious belief you believe in, whatever it may be, they're no longer here. And if he's trying to honor their legacy, or them starting the band in the first place, he needs to be respectful. And as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to other guys in the band, when he did that, he dissed them all. And personally, I think that the people that were there, they should have walked right off. I do know that other bands that were closely related to one of the members in the band has actually stepped up and said, look, we aren't going to deal with that, and we don't appreciate it, nor do we acknowledge that is. Basically, they're saying that they're not going to condone his actions. In other words, you said sorry before, you're trying to say sorry now. Well, guess what? It ain't gonna fly this time, bud. So, as far as I'm concerned, I would have done the same thing. I would have walked off the stage, because that's the way I am. If I was playing any instrument or whatever, and somebody said that while I was performing with them, no. The thing is, he had all these problems with his back and all this other stuff throughout this time. He was on a massive amount of drugs and stuff like that because of the back pain that he was on. And yeah, maybe you can forgive certain past actions because of that to a point. But then again, do you see? That's the thing is those. I don't know. It's one of those things. Do you not? Kind of attitudes. He is a phenomenal singer, which is sad that his attitude is so negative, which I don't appreciate and I don't like. And neither I would hope that somebody else would say the same thing. The one person I know, and I'm not going to say their name, but they know who they are, um, that I have talked to in person, face to face before, and also online, that I don't get it. If this person, all I gotta say is, if somebody I knew that I was with didn't do something to defend that, I would walk. I would walk away from right then there. Just like the band. If this guy said what he said, he should walk off. Just walk off the stage and say, you know what, I'm not going to be a part of this. End of discussion. It's just one of those things. And they're still going on with the tour. Do we say no? Like the European countries, they've already told them no. They've already canceled shows. So why isn't the U.S. doing this? Why isn't all the other people that I'm not a certain type of supporter of certain groups, but I'm not going to mention their name here. But I also know that it's not justifiably correct to do what somebody did. And to, I'm not saying go out and do something crazy, but, you know, if you go to the concert, I'm kind of in the middle on that. It's like I want to hear it play, but then I don't want to hear them play because of that. And to me, that's just, I guess I'm just in a great, to me, it's like, I should just say no. I should just say no, 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 I'm not going to do it. Even though that I've never seen them play live, unfortunately, with Dimebag and Vinny, which I really kind of makes me mad that I never did when I was younger, because it would have been so phenomenal to see. Yeah, and now that I have an opportunity to do it, then he goes and screws it up. So, even though I know, long story, I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, so this is my other thing that I was going to talk about because it's important. I think it really is. Um, so what do you guys think? Make a comment. I want to hear you guys' thoughts, and feelings about this because it means a lot to me to hear your guys' comments about this because this is what this is about. The Voice of Metal is about you guys talking to the artists, sharing your feelings, them sharing about themselves to you guys. That's what I'm trying to do, and also for people who are outside the metal genre of listening can understand why we love metal the way we do, and maybe they'll end up changing their mind about it. See, that's the other thing is we've always had that bad stereotype, and he did not help at all. That image of this, that, or the other, like, oh, it's all bad, it's all evil, this, that, there, whatever they think. I don't know what that may be. Like, oh yeah, they're blah 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 this and blah 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 that. It's much more than that. There's a lot of good people and a lot of good artists and musicians that would never do that kind of stuff. And they're just misunderstood. And then this guy goes in and does this kind of stuff that does sets us back. It doesn't help us. It doesn't make things better. And that's one of the things is we've had so many other music genres that have gotten bigger and better, like pop and rap and all this other stuff, but and some rock and who knows what else is out there. This basically messed things up for all of us. To be honest with you, I mean, really, we should just ban him from all of it. He shouldn't be allowed in a band. He shouldn't be. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. Sorry, but I also seen that apparently certain other people are back on certain things that got fired for that very reason. And I'm not certain why they're doing this, and I'm not going to mention the the network that's doing it, but it's like really shocking. But somebody made comments, they're no longer on their show, they made it who it is, and it's self-titled the name of the person. And apparently I just found out that she's back. It's like, oh, okay, so we'll just let him go, right? I don't know. It's hard to say. Do we forgive him? But anyway, no, I don't. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like I just don't. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I don't mean to rant here, but I appreciate each and every one of you guys following, liking, and subscribing. Because, like I said before, and I'll say it again, without you guys, this will not happen. So you guys need to do your part and help me make it better. And I do appreciate each and every one of you, because that's what this is all about: bringing the family, getting the likes, and getting to our metal artists. I've seen a lot of other, people doing stuff online about rock music and metal music and all this other stuff, but I think this is a little more different because I'm hoping to talk to them as a person, as an individual, and have them live. It's kind of like a Q&A. You guys got questions, maybe we can just have you email them to us like one at a time, or in the chat we'll just kind of we'll just kind of cherry pick, try to find the ones that we seem might be interesting to talk about, and maybe even some of my own that are just basic questions I would ask every one of them, possibly. I'm thinking about doing that, but anyway, thanks a lot, and hopefully I will have the gentleman on here. I don't remember his name, unfortunately. The Extreme Voice Institute, I think, is what his name is on the his Instagram page, and I have talked to them, and they actually did reply back, and they were asking about what kind of a question kind of thing is it, this, that, the other. Yeah, Extreme Vocal Institute. So if you do get a chance, check them out, Extreme Vocal Institute, because he's really good. I mean, he's got some really cool exercises. You can scream like Corey, and this, that, and the other. So um, I'm pitching that out there. So maybe if I mention them on here, I even did a little clip of him doing what he does, just to show people what he's all about. And I'm hoping I hear back from him. I haven't heard back from him yet. I might end up reaching out to them. I said there was a couple things that I needed to set up yet before I set up a time to go with him, because apparently he's busy until I think April or May, I think is what it was. But yeah, hopefully we'll get him on here. I also know that a friend of mine, a family member, actually knows a few band members of certain bands. As I Lay Dying is going to see. I always mess that up. I always say it differently than that. But anyway, maybe one of them will be here online. I'm hoping. Cross your fingers. I figured if I get a couple of people on there, then maybe the channel will grow even more, and that'll help keep it going, keep it growing, keep it doing what it does, right? Like I said, without you, nothing. But with you, we have all the power. So head bang the like and subscribe. Take care. Good night. And hopefully I'll see you later. Take care.